Not long ago, we discussed how Phil Robertson from Duck Dynasty exposed himself as a vicious homophobe and a racist in GQ magazine when he did an interview. And he, of course, equated gays to terrorists, stay classy, and said they shouldn't have the same rights. And he said black people were better off pre-welfare, I believe is how he put it, or pre-entitlement, back during the Jim Crow days. And what was his reasoning for that? He was like, well, look, I mean, I was out there in the fields with them, and they didn't appear to be mad. They were singing songs. They were happy doing that work. You know, and everything was great back then. Good old days. Yeah, Phil, that's what it was. They were really happy, and it wasn't that they didn't want to say anything around you, a white guy, for fear of them getting their fucking ass kicked or getting lynched, as so often happened in the South back in the day. I mean, he's just a profoundly silly, profoundly unintelligent person that we're dealing with here. And now, he's also a massive hypocrite. So, according to Addicting Info, we uncovered this amazing piece of hypocrisy. Quote, even though the Robertson family preaches about how evil government welfare is, they seem to be happy getting welfare themselves, receiving $70,000 per episode of Duck Dynasty from the GOP-dominated Louisiana state government. Come on, man. How many times have we seen the same thing over and over? What immediately came to my mind was all the Republicans who talk about cutting food stamps and ending welfare, and then we learn that they take giant subsidies for their family farms. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. I mean, I've given you the details. There are dozens of Republican congressmen who are in that position and in that situation where they are milking off of the government as they say that other people are milking off of the government, usually minorities. You know, same thing all the idiots on Wall Street. Well, we believe in free markets. We believe in, we want to end socialism. We don't like big government. And, oh, our company's about to go bankrupt? Please, government, give us a bailout. We need you so much. We love you. We love big government. Okay, thank you. They take the taxpayer money, then they buy private jets. They pay out bonuses. They remodel their offices, and it costs millions of dollars. I mean, this is what we're dealing with here. Pure, good old-fashioned, conservative Republican hypocrisy. And it's not just limited to fiscal issues like this. I mean, we always talk about Chris Christie. Small government, we don't need no damn feds. And then the second that Hurricane Sandy hit, he was begging for 100% reimbursement from FEMA. The law says 80. He wanted 100%. Rob Portman and Dick Cheney on gay marriage. They're against gay marriage when they're in office. They find out that their kids are gay. Within a year, they're both for gay marriage. You know, unless it happens to me, whenever it's me, well, of course, when it affects my family, yes, then we should have the right policy. But when it didn't affect me personally, it doesn't matter. Fuck it. You know, same thing with government money. Oh, if it's black people on it, well, they're leeches and moochers and parasites. But if it's me taking the money, well, I'm just a good upstanding citizen, and I'm just getting what I'm owed, what I deserve. So get this. To date, Duck Dynasty has suckled on the government teat for a whopping total of $4.5 million over 64 episodes. And this is happening even though Louisiana recently slashed funding for healthcare programs and pension programs for public employees such as police, teachers, and firefighters. That really breaks my heart, man. It's one thing if these dunces are looting the treasury, but everything else is taken care of that should be taken care of, you know, like the teachers and cops and firefighters and you name it, the infrastructure. But what's happening is those things are getting cut nonstop, especially in these deep red states like Louisiana. But what are they doing? They're giving out tax breaks to these people who are already rich, giving out subsidies to these people who are already rich and don't need it. That show is fine without the $70,000 from the taxpayers of Louisiana. It's unbelievable how people are willing. They don't act in a way that coincides with their own values. And that's why we get so angry. Look, I have no problem with legitimate, genuine disagreement, you know. I would love having a conversation with some libertarians out there who we disagree totally on economic issues. I mean, we disagree so strongly on minimum wage and unions and taxes, but we could still have a discussion and a debate because I know it's a genuine disagreement and we're trying to actually see where each other is coming from and come to some sort of conclusion and some sort of point of agreement, right? But when it comes to these people, I don't want to talk to these people. Who would want to talk to these people? They say one thing and they do the exact opposite in their private lives. That makes you a ridiculous person. This is the point I've been trying to get across for years doing this show. That delegitimizes your point. Now on every issue, you don't have credibility. We can't take you seriously because you've exposed yourself to be a massive joke.